I know why you clicked on this video. You just bought a new camera, and you lied to yourself.
No.
I mean, told yourself that this is the year.
I'm finally gonna learn how to edit my videos.
So you can watch videos of yourself online to feed your ego.
No.
I mean, help people, because that is a socially acceptable response.
Yes, correct.
So you grab your phone, search on life for inspiration. I mean, scroll endlessly until you realize
I've accomplished absolutely nothing.
once you stop doom scrolling your life away, you throw your phone in the trash. Then after searching for endless hours on how to edit better videos, you're on the verge of crashing out. No, I don't mean putting water on yourself for fake tears, I mean legit crashing out. So you think,
If only somebody made a 12-step guide for beginners to learn how to make their videos, I'd feel less confused.
well, today's your lucky day, because it seems like you finally clicked on the right video.
Step 1, subscribe to my channel. Okay, why haven't you subscribed yet? Okay, I'm joking, but I'm not. Because I know you're probably thinking, who is this girl? Why should I even listen to her? She's a fetus who came out of mama's womb last night. It's all right, baby. I'm also like you. I'm trying to figure out how to edit. I've learned a lot of mistakes over the years, so no, I'm not an expert, but I want to help you not make my same mistake. Without further ado, let's get started. And I usually start with viewing things as pre-production, production, post-production. Pre-production, we're gonna start with step 1, which is music. Music can make or break your videos. I say this legit, y'all, all the time. So I actually choose music before I even do anything else. So I'll go on Epidemic Sound. Referral link is in my bio. They did not sponsor this video, but I just love Epidemic Sound so much. And I'll choose music based off of mood, like happy, sad, you know, depressed. That's not a mood, but you know what I mean. And then I let that guide whatever I do. And once I get the music, I go on to step 2, which is making the script and the shots. So I actually will listen to music as I'm writing out my script and as I'm doing my shot list. So when I have the music on in the background, it really helps me feel the emotion so I can feel how I want to put that emotion in my writing. You might be like, girl, how if I'm doing a vlog? Do I really need to have a whole like script? Yes. Now, what I mean though is that you don't have to have like a whole written script. You want things to come naturally when you're going through a vlog, but have some sort of idea of how you're gonna make those shots, how you're gonna shoot that stuff. And when you have that idea of what you're gonna do, then when you do the shooting, it's gonna be way less stressful. I feel like this part of the process is probably the most important part of the process. Step 3, when you're writing out these shots, think about getting multiple angles and shots for the same scene. So this is how I categorize my shots. Number 1, B-roll. What are the shots that will be going on as I'm doing my talking head video? That's how I interpreted B-rolls to be. So you're not just hearing me talk the entire time, you're also seeing other stuff on the screen to make it more engaging. Then I think about angles. So maybe I'm thinking about doing this one scenario, but I think about doing a back shot, front shot, side shot of the same scene. So that can be a lot more tedious, but it can make your video look a lot more cinematic because you're seeing multiple angles of the same scenario. Then I also think about types of shots. I think about full body, half body, close-up shots. And the reason why I'm thinking about all these different type of shots and all these different type of angles is that as I'm writing the script and the shot list, I'm also putting in these angles, these shots that I want, the close-ups, the far away, things like that, so that the story can really flow through, and to make sure that I'm not just doing all of the same thing. Like I'm not just doing all close-ups or doing all full body or doing all half body. You know, you're switching and spicing things up a little bit. Now, going on to step 4, which is switch up locations. Basically, as you're writing your script, maybe for example, you want to say, hey, the plan today is to go to the park. Instead of me just saying, the plan today is to go to the park, I could say, the plan today is for me to go to the park. And the next thing you're like, go to the park or whatever, you know what I mean? So you're gonna say that same line, but do it at 2 different locations. You can do this throughout the entire time as you're writing the script. Just switch it up. Duh, by going to film school, AKA the movie theater. Now, step 5 is very important for step 12, which I'm going to talk about later on, but it's understanding your camera settings. And I talk about all of this, y'all, in my color grading video, but the most important settings that you need to know about is ISO, aperture, shutter speed. Also knowing about log and things like that, but I'm not going to go into full detail about all of this. I want to say just watch my video and read my blog about it because it has all the information you need to know. But before you do any of your shooting, please know how to use your camera settings. And I hope the video that I did make explains it in a very easy way, hopefully, because I know it can be so intimidating and so very scary to understand. But once you know how to use your camera, oh my gosh, you about to You about to step on them, okay? You about to do so great. Now going on to the production part, which is the day of, the shots you're taking, all those things. Step 6, play music as you're shooting the shot. So one thing that I love to do is, because it's just me and my tripod. My tripod Cynthia, okay? Just me and my tripod Cynthia. We be doing it ourselves. And because it's just us, I could just like play music in the background so I can start feeling the emotion that I want to evoke when I'm shooting certain scenes. Then when I shoot the scene, I turn the music off, but because I've been listening to the music in the background, as I'm speaking, I'm able to talk in the way that I wanted it to be. You know what I mean? Step 7 is be flexible. Come in assuming that something might not go as planned. And I don't mean be pessimistic and be cynical, but I'm saying you might want to come in that way so that when something don't go the way you want it to go, you're not so shaken up and you feel like you can't do nothing about it. Be flexible. Assume that maybe things won't go perfect, and that's fine, because another way can happen. You could think of another shot to get, another path to do something, and that is so perfectly okay. Okay, now we're getting to post-production, and that's my favorite part of the video process. Now let's talk about step 8, which is choosing your video editing software. I use Final Cut Pro because I got a student discount a couple years ago and I just have loved using it. But now if I were to like do video editing again, I would probably get DaVinci because it's free and you can do a lot more with color grading that I just was not aware of back in the day. I have a whole blog where I talk about video editing softwares and I go more in depth about pros and cons. You can check that out. But find the video editing software that you want to use and then just stick to that and master that one video editing software before you go on to a different one. Now, step 9. Oh my gosh, I wish somebody had told me this step. But y'all, please buy an external hard drive and also please get a dang on backup for it too. Because when I first started editing, I would edit on my laptop and I would be like, why is my laptop running out of space? Like, this is kind of odd. And I realized, oh, you need to get an external hard drive to put all your footage on there. And then also, I have lost all my footage on hard drive before. And that's when I realized, oh, I really do need to have a second hard drive to get it back up. Now, if you're somebody like me who don't want to be paying that much all the time for hard drives, one thing I do is I pick and choose what I really want to back up. For example, sit down videos, I don't really be backing that stuff up because I know I can always redo that video. But vlogs, especially, or places where I'm, you know, traveling or somewhere else, I try to back up those footage because I can never re-record the footage, you know, like and that's why I personally decide to prioritize backing up that, because I just don't want to keep buying so many external hard drives. But honestly, you might be like, girl, I don't need to do that. I'm sorry to admit that a lot of my external hard drives have gotten destroyed. And it's really sad. And I just don't want you to go through what I've been through. It's actually really sad. So going on to the next thing. Step 10, which is downloading fonts. Ooh, fonts will change up your vibe. I get my fonts from thefonts.com. And I'm going to tell y'all right now, some of my favorite fonts is Editor's Notes, having it as the normal font, and then also having italicized Editor's Notes. I love Futura, Helvetica, Mambo, Palmore, Bebas, New Romantics, Nimbus, Perandori, Sobrescript. These are my favorite, and these are probably the some that you've seen in a lot of my videos. So use those if you want to use those. Do whatever you want to do and play around with the fonts because it's fun. And now step 11, which is font text colors. I did not know this, y'all, but you can go on the internet, you can type in yellow color code, green color code, orange color code, basically whatever color you want color code. So you can see different shades and features, and then you can take that color code, go on your editing software, and then put that under the font color, and it comes to the color that you want it to be, which is so much better and easier than what I was trying to do when I was trying to guesstimate how to do the different font colors. And y'all, knowing this really saved me some time. Okay, so thank me later, you know. Okay, now step 12, which is color grading. Now, I told y'all earlier that you should know more about your camera settings, your features, because that will determine how your color grading will also turn out to be. Now, I go into this all in that video about color grading, which you can check out. So I'm not going to go into all that detail now, but y'all, one thing I did not understand for the longest time was like why people's videos would look different than my video, and I never understood it, and I realized because they was color graded and I wasn't color graded. And color grading can be so scary and so intimidating. I know. But color grading can truly change your entire video and the whole aesthetic, whether you want it to be gloomy, you want it to be bright, things like that. So master the art of color grading by watching a lot of tutorials. There's a lot of tutorials, trial and error, or you can just watch my tutorial. But anyway, y'all, that is it for today for these 12 beginner video editing tips. I really hope it helps y'all. If you got questions, shoot me email, message me on Instagram, you know, put a comment question. Let's do this together, y'all, because we are going to become video editing baddies this year, okay? And don't forget to subscribe, okay? And I'll see y'all later. Bye.